Maybe it'll be better if I just...
Hey, mister.
Oh god. Who are you, kid? I don't want to talk right now! Hey internet, it's Jessica and welcome back to The Letters. So, Zach decided to show his photographs to another person who thinks, you know, who could believe in him and like help him out, and that's his priest friend, if you remember. Jesus Christ! So, I don't get something that I don't understand about the girl yet. Like, is she able to haunt multiple people at the same time, or does she pick and choose who she wants to haunt? You know what I mean? Like, one day she's with Isabel, the other day she's with Hannah, then Zach, and then the Norman, you know what I mean? Like, does she go traveling on to different people, or she, like, is able to haunt all of them at the same time? That's what I wonder. The moon is well into the night sky by the time I make it back home. My heavy treads and the sound of traffic outside echo in my ears, filling the empty room with some semblance of life. Nana would scold me if she ever hears me walk like that, but after today I can't really give a damn about everything. The mattress creaks under my weight, and as I unceremoniously flop down on it, and I find myself looking at the paper under my grip. As promised, Miss Wright has made my bike delivered back to my apartment. Please be there, Hannah. I found it parked in the rack downstairs with an invitation and a note traced to it. In fact, be there, it said. If only it was that easy, but it'll give me a chance to talk to her about that thing in their house. With a sigh, I let my hand fall to the side of the bed along with the invitation. I'll think about it tomorrow, when my head ain't muddled with thoughts of a headless woman and the haunting smile of a ghost. Belated, it occurs to me that I haven't eaten anything since I left this morning, and an empty gnawing ache makes itself known, but I can't bring myself to stand up. Today was a complete waste of time, and frankly a disappointment. I don't like this. The lack of certainty and quiet, the lack of stable ground to stand on, the part where I don't know what will come tomorrow. Ever since that damn letter, everything has been thrown out of the loop. I wish everything stayed the same. Routine would be easier to make sense of this. Closing my eyes, I let the noise from the streets below lull me to sleep. At the very least, that's the one thing that hasn't changed. God, Saturday. Okay, I thought something was gonna jump out at me. I got scared. The melody carries into the hall long before I cross the threshold. Solemn, but a gentle and soothing reminder of what home is. Pa's firm but meaningful gaze, Ma's wistful smiles, the warm rays filling through the eve of sunset. The distant smell of wet earth and leaving a long day of rain, and our room. The room. Ma and Pa's pride and joy. A place where we once promised several springs ago. Yet it won't stop.
No, wait! Come back! I'll be good this time! Please don't leave! Please stay!
The floorboards are cold under my feet more than it usually is, the walls more foreboding than what I'm used to. Farther and farther the room goes. Ma's singing ceases, and Pa? I can't hear Pa. Oh, I feel so bad. He has this nightmare every day? Not about the raccoonist clanging of the deafening roar of gunshots, nor the screams replacing the comforting soft melodies. There's only one thing, blinding fear. But when the light breaks... not again! I knew that this girl was gonna come in here! Her skin has already taken a sickly pale color, rotten in most parts. Blood dripping from every open gash and lays on her body. Bony hands grip Hannah's neck like a noose, straining the skin underneath with a vibrant shade of scarlet. Nothing but malice fills her gleam in her eyes. A scream ripples through the air. What the hell was that? Oh god, what's happening? My whole body feels distant, every limb heavy with lead, all unable to move at will. Not even I can wipe the beads of sweat forming on my temple. Sorry. Oh my god, I don't like this. If he wakes up and the girl is there in his house, I'm gonna freak out. Holy shit. The rasping of my breath easily fills the room in the wee hours, while I force it back into a steady rhythm. There's a tightness in my chest I can't shake off, my heart pounding against it as if it's about to burst out. Something cold has settled in my legs. Oh no, what is it? Not the usual chill that comes and goes at passing the breeze on the window, but strong enough to sting, shackle, and leave frigid sense. Ew! Is she here? Creeping up my skin! Oh, I'm scared! With every struggle I make, the pressure went firmly around my legs. Tighter, and tighter, and tighter. What is it? All until it becomes too much. No! Oh god, I knew she was here. My heart stops. Another draft sweeps into the room and it brings it with an iron tang of blood. Thick, suffocating. No! What is it? Oh, no! Filling my nose with a foul, sickening smell that I shift my gaze downward and it slowly comes to the view. I can't! I don't want to see! I don't want to see her anymore. Oh my god, sorry, I gotta close my eyes. Ah! My god! My mouth stretched into the hideous smile and eyes brimming with nothing but madness. The stench of gore taints the air around me and I can't look away. From it, her, from the terror and death of the uncanny twisted features alone screams, oh my god, girl! Girl, why are you here? I try to open my mouth, to shout, to ask for any help, but my voice has left my body altogether. All I have is the painful realization that no kind of plea will ever save me from her, oh my god. Then suddenly the bed dips. Why? Whoa! Ah! Ew! Why did she climb towards him like that? You stupid asshole. I'm gonna have nightmares about that now. Holy crap. Oh my god. Okay, I'm okay. I hope you guys are okay too. The brutal plunge back into myself jerks me awake. There is no ear-splitting scream, no wild thrashing of limbs, just a painful constriction awareness that something has wound itself tightly around my neck. I waste no second pulling it, a blanket, away, but allow myself a few minutes to steady my breathing before getting out of the bed. Inhale, hold, exhale. 1 step, 2 steps, 3. But the dreams have gotten worse. Ever since 2 days ago, no longer they are small, cursory flashes that I'm used to, but vivid ones that linger. I can still feel the blood on my hands, the putrid smell of rotting flesh, the sickening crunch of bones breaking with every moment, and her cold, chilling eyes as they bore into me. I draw in one long, ragged breath, and before I know it, I'm walking out the door. Even in the waking world, it reeks. Oh my god. I don't like that. You know, I thought it was cool that everything moved in this game, but now I kind of don't, because I'm just like, every time I see the girl, she can jump at us. Oh my god. A bench on the park is far from the most private place in the thoughts in Luxburn, considering the location is the heart of the bustling city. But it's early hours in the morning. It provides enough peace and quiet for any poor problematic soul who happens to wander here. The city's just waking up, a little later than usual, but knowing what day it is, one can't fault for being a little tardy just this once. Yet neither the pleasant morning chill nor the soft twittering of birds does anything to banish these images. Every single one has rooted itself into my head, its claws digging deep into what no longer is a safe place to hide in.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down.
It used to be easy, finding some presence of peace under the guise of sheer optimism. Following regular tune. Now I don't know what to make of it. Sometimes it's easier to run, easier to hide when everything's falling apart. That way, you don't have to be the first one to witness when it does. It works when things went bad in the movies, after all. It also worked when Mom and Pa were taken from us. Though, the sentiment's a little hypocritical when you think about my little talk with Miss Wright the other day. But that's just how it is. Maybe it would be better if I just... Oh god. Who are you, kid? I don't want to talk right now! A tiny voice gives me a pause. When I look up, a little girl, maybe about 6 or 7, is peering at me. 2 white eyes, overflowing with what can only be a natural curiosity one typically sees in children. I vaguely note that the same karate uniform she's wearing before returning her greeting.
Hey, kid.
Kylie.
Kylie?
That's my name. Mama said it's rude not to call people by their names.
She then flops down on the empty space beside me. Her little legs, still too short to touch the ground, swings in tune with a song she hums under her breath. I don't mind kids. Nana would often invite one to our old neighborhood to give them treats. Of course, by then Sis and I were both too old to play with them, but you get used to the commotion eventually. It's not completely as unpleasant as most people would imply. Kylie seems to be a well-behaved kid anyway.
Oh, sorry. Nice to meet you, Kylie. Is Mama here?
No, but my big brother's with me. He's taking pictures with his camera over there.
She points to the far end of the park, to the closest street where a kid is taking shots of something above him. Doesn't look to be birds because all is on the side of the park are buildings.
I don't see what's so interesting with the tip of a building, though. I'd take pictures of dogs if I were him. They're cuter. Do you have a camera too, mister?
Yeah, I'm actually a photographer.
Mama said I'm too young to get a camera.
I'm sure your mama will eventually give you one. But won't you be late for school like this?
Big Brother will get us there on time. Rowan promised Papa we aren't going to be late. It's sports day. So it's not good if you keep looking like that today.
What?
If it ends up raining and we lose, it's your fault.
All right, I'll try not to upset the clouds today, kid.
Is it because you're sick, mister?
Before I know it, a smile has spread over my face. They say that kids ask the toughest questions sometimes, and they sure do. With how sincere Kylie looks, that's actually true. Kids are really honest. Lying feels like doing her a huge disservice.
Not sick, just having a very, very bad day.
Why is that? Is that like when my big brother ate all of my pudding? He did that once and then cried. It wasn't very nice of him.
Yeah, I think so. You see, there's this mean girl. She's giving my friends and I a lot of trouble. Hard to keep up when things are like that, you know? Especially when you can't do anything. It's kind of scary. Makes you wish things will just stay as peaceful as they used to be.
What if it, after telling, like, oh, there's a mean girl after me and my friends, the demon girl goes after this kid?
Maybe she just wants to be friends with you?
I highly doubt that. She already hurt one of my friends.
What if she's just sad? Or maybe she just wants help.
She does want
That's what
help.
happened with Melody. I let her borrow my crayon when she left hers. Now we're playmates.
It's not really the same thing, Kylie. What she did, they're pretty bad things.
I still think there's another reason. Did you try talking to her? That's what Mama said I should do.
Oh yeah, let's talk to the ghost girl. I'm sure that will end well for all of us.
I don't think that'll work either.
You haven't even tried yet. You sound like Rowan. You're just scared, mister.
That struck a chord. Maybe it's honesty in her tone or simply the truth in her words itself. I don't know why, but I can't help it. I laugh, loud enough to disturb an elderly couple taking a leisure walk
Why are
nearby.
you laughing?
That's nothing. You're a really smart kid, you know that?
That's what I've been doing, ain't it? Go full speed ahead, then backtrack when things get tough, stay in my safe zone because that's what I know. Once Dr. Navarro said that I should be the first one willing to deal with my problems before anyone else. I didn't show up or to my next appointment after that, but he's right. And though I hate to admit it, knowing what I've seen, but the kid makes a good point too. I've been so caught up thinking there might be a way out. Maybe there isn't one, or maybe there is, but that doesn't mean I should just leave it up to fate.
You better get to school though, or you'll miss sports day. You should have won yourself some awards, alright?
Alright. Can I show it to you when I do? That can cheer people up, right?
Sure, if I come back to this park. In the distance, her brother calls for her, and then I take it as a sign to leave. Got things to do, to face. The first few steps, they say.
I'm good now, I think. Thanks to you. Besides, Mister needs to go. But you should show it to Mama and Papa. I'm sure they'll be proud of you, Kylie.
I will. Thanks, mister. Bye.
I gave her a little pat on the head before heading my way. A small gesture of thanks from a stranger she didn't know she might have helped. She may not understand it now, even though at such a young age she already has the understanding of things, but maybe when she's older, when the world no longer seems too big for her.
But aren't you going to help me, mister?
With what?
What? No! No, 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 no. Is it something creepy? I don't like it. Why? I get this creepy feeling because, like, her voice changed all of a sudden. Why did she say it like that? Confused, like, Lance, back! Whatever cheer our little talk brought up has vanished under the shadows, suddenly dancing in her eyes. This frigid air is most definitely not how the morning chill should feel like. Bitter, stinging, unwelcoming. And the
What
kid.
do you think, mister? Are you going to help me?
Did she just possess this girl, or was she this girl already?
Leave us alone! What did we do to you?
The response never comes, however, because when I blinked, gone.
Hello? Mister? Are you okay?
For several passing seconds, I let the stare linger on my face, waiting for any sign of another change. But all that remains is there another careful smile of a child, none of the spite, none of the cold, bloody smile.
Nothing. I really need to go, Kylie. It was nice meeting you.
See you again, mister!
No, I don't want to see you again, thank you. I break into a run. I don't look back, not even a bump into a couple of pass-byers. Soon I'm out of the busy streets. Going insane, this is what it is. And if I don't do something soon, we all will be. What the hell was that? Oh my god! God, I'm getting too many spooks already. Like, how many CGs did we see already? 3! The tremors follow me even as I get home. I had hoped a little stroll around the block for a few hours would help. Instead, I am assaulted with more images of her, her smile, the loathing in her eyes, the stench of gore, the horrific crunch that comes with every moment she makes. Why? Okay, if I was him, I would just go to, like, Ash or Rebecca. Like, I feel like it's safety in numbers, right? At least go with one of them. I don't feel comfortable with Zach being home alone now. Even old memories have been sullied by her, and Ma's song no longer sounds as sweet as it's meant to be. In the end, all I got is a sinking feeling I will never get rid of her image, and another ridiculous idea that may or may not even work. The sun is already hanging low on the horizon when I make it back, and for the first time, coming home feels like a chore. Only I didn't arrive to an empty room. Because as soon— oh my god, no! We already saw her 3 times, I don't need to see her anymore! Because as soon as I open the door, I am greeted by none of them— Ash! Ash!
I told you we should have called him before going
Oh
here.
my god, they're both here!
It's fine.
Holy shit! Guys, you have no idea how happy I am to see both of you! It is Ashton I see first, sitting comfortably on the couch, munching on a bag of chips with both feet atop a coffee table. Whatever proverbial stone has made at home at the pit of my stomach automatically flies right out the window at the sight of him. But before any exasperation can set in, my attention is taken by the other occupant in the room. Isabella perches on the only other chair in the room, attempting to make herself smaller, it seems, from how closely she's hugging her arms against her. Nevertheless, she gives me a small smile when she notices my stare. Yet somehow, there ain't any warmth in it like it's supposed to have.
Hey, Zach. Sorry we just barged in here. Ash was—
Relax. Z-Man gave me a copy of the key himself.
Only after you broke the 13th one? I can't keep replacing them every time you think it'd be a good idea to break into my apartment. And stop calling me Z-Man!
I didn't break anything this time.
Ash, just because I gave you a key doesn't mean you can just stroll in here whenever you want to.
Also, you're eating my chips!
Hey, is that my—
Ash smirks at me because, of course, he has the gall to smirk at me knowing what he did. He pops in what is likely the last piece of chip in his mouth and folds the wrapper neatly on the table before throwing it in the nearby trash. From her chair, Isabella shoots me an apologetic smile as soon as the foil hits the waste bin with a dull thud. Common sense dictates that I should be angry, but after everything, having something normal play out in front of me, no matter how childish their antics can get, I can't bring myself to muster even a tidbit of it. Behind me, the television starts blaring the music from the end credits of a movie. They've likely been waiting for a while if Ash has gotten impatient enough to rummage through my cupboards and watch something.
Of course he eats all of it. You know, I was saving that for the weekend. Did you at least share some with Bella?
Don't worry about it. I'm good, Zach.
Really? But it's free food, you know?
Also, my food, Ash, I would expect you to buy a new one.
What was that you usually say? You don't say no to free food? What happened?
No, I'm just not hungry.
Ash only shrugs at the question in my eyes. I can't be the only one who finds the vibe she's giving off to be odd, and the guy has no doubt already caught it a window of it.
I
have no idea how Zach is acting
just
normal
say so.
after what he's seen.
I've got a fully restocked pantry right here at your disposal. Still not a 5-star level thing, but for an empty stomach, it'd do. Just say the word.
Thanks, Zach. Maybe next time. Food is not really what we came here for. Ash, he's the one who—
She casts a brief glance at Ash, and in an instant he sits up. Every trace of amusement is gone from the face as he clasps a hand in front of him and leans forward. A minuscule gesture meant to ease, yet the grim expression on his face tells a different story altogether.
Alright, you two, what's this about? I don't like those looks.
A sort of tense pause follows. They're both stalling. Under normal circumstances, I wait. With these two, the more that you force it, the more they'll clamp down on it. But as a handful of seconds continue to slip by, the unsettling feeling in me also grows with it. Soon, it turns into impatience. Before I can demand a response, though, one of them finally speaks up. It's Isabella who breaks first.
We just thought we should check on you. After what happened to Rose,
Please don't tell me something happened again.
No, nothing. None so far. and we're keeping it that way as much as possible.
Ash, it's not that easy. This isn't some...
We don't know that. Let me...
The bitter frustration in his tone is impossible to miss, but he catches it as soon as Isabella draws back. He allows himself a moment to breathe before dipping into one less harsh, more tempered, gentler.
Let me look at this first, okay? I agreed to help, but you've got to let me handle things from now on.
I already told you everything.
Oh, she probably explained about, about the letter, and then the next thing you know, Rose is dead.
There must be something we're not seeing in this just yet. We'll sort this out, but no more silly ideas and running around on your own. You're making people worry more than necessary. Becca, especially.
So everything's fine?
Depends on who you're asking. How are things with you? Anything odd?
Yes, everything that I've seen this past day has been odd.
Good, I guess.
Why is everyone lying?
Admittedly, how things went down at the housewarming party last night threw me off a bit.
Oh, so this is after the party already. Oh, God.
I'm not asking about that. Remember the letter thing Isabella's been yapping on about? I'm asking about that kind of odd.
I look at him. Gape, more like. His serious expression doesn't waver, despite the perplexed look I shoot him. There's a brief second I let pass as I wait for the heavens to fall somewhere. It doesn't come. The sky is still bathing in a bright, vibrant reddish hues as it waits for another night to arrive. Luxborn is still the same busy city, and everything in the room still appears as it did seconds ago, including the unnerving ticking of my wall clock. But if Ashton, calm, cool, collected, always logical Ashton, takes interest in this, something or someone must have fucked shit up somewhere.
Well, the dreams, they're a lot worse than usual. There's a woman now, ever since we saw that letter. I don't know if it's the same one Isabella talked about. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. I really don't want to go back to sleep sometimes. Last night was the worst. Anyway, why are you asking about this?
Rose's death isn't just a coincidence, Zach. It may have something to do with... I may have...
Wait. Stop right there for a sec, Bella. I thought you ain't buying this stuff, Ash. Just the other day, you said the exact same thing.
I still don't, but even Rebecca, out of all people, claims there's something.
Maybe she must have felt something when they were at the party because it was standing behind Rebecca, right? So...
Whatever this is, someone has got to look into it. Everything about this screams shady.
Are you sure you even have the time? Ain't you busy with your current case?
I got taken off that...
You didn't say you were taken off your case.
I just got the news this morning. Apparently the higher-ups think I'm doing a horrendous job at it. It doesn't matter though. If these two cases are connected like I initially thought, then regardless, I'm on the right track.
Are you sure we should even be doing this?
Doing what exactly?
There's someplace we'll visit after this.
Too vague for comfort, Ash. And please don't tell me you're bringing her with you.
His affirmation comes in the form of a stare, but that alone says all I need to know. What I pointed out gives him a pause, though, and his voice is thick with hesitation when he addresses Isabella.
You know what? Zach's right, Isabella. You don't have to come with me.
It's not myself I'm worried about. It's you.
Yes, I am worried about Ash because I think he hasn't seen her yet.
I'll just do this myself, if it'll get you into more trouble with your superiors.
No, that's even
Make up an
worse.
excuse why I need to be there.
Don't be ridiculous. You're not walking in there without me. Besides, I think it's a little too late to back out now.
Where are they going? The Ermengarde Mansion?
Have you two seen the news this morning?
I haven't, actually. Mama called, and I was busy.
The change in the air around her, with small, cannot have gone unnoticed, and it takes every willpower not to ask. Probably the only thing reigning in my curiosity is the fact that Ash himself hasn't even brought it up either.
No problem. It should be in the afternoon news as well.
He grabs the remote and cycles through numerous channels until he gets a news report about another guy who has been found dead in the early hours of the morning today. Burned alive this time. Oh my god! Oddly, no fire has been spread, and whatever damage has been contained within the place and the body is found. The room itself, however, has been completely vandalized. Help me. Help me. Help me. Another murder. All the authorities claimed. Isabella and I knew better. None of us shift even after the report ends, but the room has suddenly felt stifling. Ashton's eyes have gone hooded with an appearance of restraint of anger, and the remote in his hand cracks mildly under his grip. The stone is back in my stomach, a tiny little thing gripping at my insides, growing with every passing second as the dread sinks in. In the thick of it, Isabella's voice is the one that breaks into the hush. A small weak thing on its own that wavers unevenly between words, but every syllable is heavy with meaning.
This is because of that thing, isn't it? I did this somehow.
But what I don't get is, like, why why are other people dying? Like, people who haven't seen the letter. I don't understand that part. When it fades, all that is left in the air is her doubt and fear, while all we can do is cope. Is there something I can say to make her feel better? We can fix this. No, we can fix this somehow. I just want to make her feel better.
It ain't too late. We could still fix this. There's 3 of us here. 4 if you count Rebecca.
No, she's staying away from this.
She lifts her gaze to me, eyes steady and shoulders squared, as if she holds it against the baffled look I give her. Although it's the next second, I immediately soften, and it takes me by surprise nevertheless. In those brief moments, it's like I face a different person.
I don't want to involve her in this any more than I already have. Both of you as well.
I think it's a little bit too late for that.
I already said it. That's completely out of the question. Stop asking.
Still and all, that's 2 extra heads who can do the thinking. Between us 3, I'm sure we'll figure something out pretty soon.
Don't make this whole thing sound like it's a piece of cake to deal with.
It's really not.
It ain't. But better than sitting around, yeah? Plan is still a plan.
You're going to shoot yourself in the foot one day with that kind of thinking. We don't even know who's doing this.
Or what it is.
The last 2 murders might just be similar incidents done by 2 different suspects.
Hasn't stopped you from going after them before. Remember that time when you...
Okay, stop right there. There will be no retelling of that incident today, Z-Man. Or ever.
Keep calling me Z-Man and maybe I will.
How are they so calm about all of this? I don't understand. Suddenly, Isabella laughs. Through the muffled by her hands, it rings light and easy against the thick tension in the room. Still a far cry from the usual cheer she carries, but brings a welcome shift in the otherwise dreary mood.
Thanks, you two.
I'll tell you about it when he's not around.
Give it up, Z-Man. She's not interested.
Who says I'm not?
Ash makes a face but chuckles at the jest despite himself.
Why am I even friends with you two?
And like this, most of our worries ebb away, if only for a few moments. They take their leave mere minutes close to the sundown. But regardless of the lighter mood, little has been said about their plans, only vague hints of what they'd be aiming to do after. Well, it ain't any of my business to know. Something about this whole thing still gnaws at me. A tiny passing through urges me to do something as well. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end this episode right here. I'm sorry, that was a lot to take in because, like, we got 3 spooks, okay? 3 of them, which I did not need to see. Especially that second one, that really creeped me out. So, at least there's, like, a sort of mutual understanding that everyone knows something is wrong. Like, it's all connected, but they still haven't talked about who they saw. That's the thing that's really bothering me. Like, Zach kind of mentioned it, but they haven't really said, hey, I saw this girl, she looked kind of dead, and it was, like, killing everybody or threatening me, you know what I mean? So no one has really mentioned that, and I don't know exactly what Ash knows, you know? Because, like, he's already suspecting the rights of something, and I think he believes that, like, either Luke or Hannah's responsible for the murders? I don't know. But I still don't know if he's seen anything either. But we'll find out, I guess. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this episode of The Letter, remember to leave a like. Let me know in the comments what you think. I don't know what kind of plan they're gonna have, but how do you deal with a ghost? Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell button also, so if you want to know when I upload the next episode of The Letter. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!
You could almost imagine them together helping each other, maybe even getting married.
Boy, what are you getting married for? Are you thinking about that with her? You just met her like 3 days ago. What the fuck? And sometimes that brings people together in a not so cute way. Here are 6 terribly awkward romances in video games. Number 6. Cole and Elsa.